I'm here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I will try to remember what's happened. It's been a couple weeks now. But my recollection is that the twins and Bulgren had made it to Immersea safely. The selection of the new high priestess or priest of the Temple of Shress happened also. And what was it? Baywin and Kira were on the road and should arrive in the morning.
Yep. And I think I shocked people with my choice.
Oh, that's right. That's right. If I recall, shortly after your selection, you had some difficulty finding Asphora. As the party continued into the evening, again, she did reappear, and in typical cleric fashion, she was able to hide into the evening. She seemed to have fun the rest of the evening, although you know deep down that she was hurt and pissed off and is going to stab you in the back. Yeah, she evened out.
She was so going to try to kill me. Or wish she could.
So I think Jazz and Lily were dancing with the new high priest a lot. I initially named him Matthew, but that just doesn't roll off the tongue for a medieval setting or a fantasy setting, so his name has been changed to Matthias.
Sounds good.
It's easier for me to say for some reason. The festivities and party go well into the early mornings, or the early morning as the crowd begins to thin out. Jazz and Lily, I mean, the two of you have just had an amazing time, you know, and pretty much all the stress of the roads in the last week have just melted away. Bulgren was playing bartender slash guardian of the cask and bartending for himself, and overall you enjoyed yourself also.
Awesome.
What I'm going to do is
drink some more. It's an old dwarven song. It's an old dwarven drinking song. It goes, we drink some more.
This is one of the few times, Lily and Jazz, that you have noticed Bulgren smiling.
He likes parties, huh?
He even starts to get around with people. He gets the bards to play his song, which he just sung.
We drink some more. Need the beer song.
Drunk dwarf and two girls that are so not drinking.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely not.
Don't worry, Kari's drinking for them.
Plus, you need to be sure of your parents to show up tomorrow. So again, the night's festivities finally end. You guys find your way into a room to go to sleep, and you pretty much just passed out in exhaustion. With, of course, the worry that, you know, you're gonna have to see your parents tomorrow.
And they're gonna kick our ass.
Yep.
And our aunt can't save us from that.
Oh, hell no.
So I'm going to fast forward through the morning. You guys are woken up. Actually, what I'll do is, since you guys have been so tired and stuff from the road, I'm going to have you sleep in, and Baywin and Kira will arrive at first light. So they will have an opportunity to talk to your aunt if they so choose. Otherwise, they will go into your beds and flip it and beat your butts. So Baywin and Kira, Baywin, you had an amazing night sleeping under the stars. Kira, even though you rather have a roof over your head and a cushioned bed, you know your husband was smiling and you kind of enjoyed yourself too. Hilo.
Hi.
I'm good now.
Good job. Okay.
Yeah.
The seeds have been sown. Sorry, terrible joke. You guys, you arrive in Immersi in the morning, come through the gate, sign in. I'm assuming you guys are going to use your real names.
Yeah.
Yep.
And immediately make your way to the Temple of Shress. Kari, you are awake in your study, or the High Priestess. I guess he's a High Priest now. The High Priest's study. As they arrive, and they are brought into your chamber.
I run up and hug my sister. I'm so excited to see her.
I hug her back.
So, hi, Baywin.
Where are they?
Yeah, this is still not going to go over well. Just remember, what they did is something we would have done.
That really doesn't help.
Just throwing it out there. They're in their rooms. I'll show you to their room. I take them up the stairs.
Well, wait. Before that, what did you find out?
Damn it, I gotta remember what I found out. Mark, what did I find out?
They told the entire story from what I understood.
Okay.
Do you guys remember? At least that's what's in my memory.
No, I think they did tell Kari everything.
Right.
Well, I was talking more about the weird box that she got and all that. That she was investigating in the few days.
Yeah. I haven't found anything out of that yet, have I?
Before we start the beatings, and and chaos ensues, I'm just trying to find out
And
what's
a
going on.
dwarf doesn't get paid.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Kari, the twins told you everything. They didn't leave out any detail. Please correct me, Jazz and Lily, in character if there is anything specific that you leave out.
I don't think we would have. We would have been scared.
I don't think so either.
Okay. So as Kira and Baywin enter the study, you guys do your greetings. The wine cask and dead flowers are still the wooden case that typically holds wine is still on the desk, and it has the 2 dead flowers in it with the iron ring around them.
So this is what we got, or I got.
Check out the cask and the stuff.
Okay, it is definitely a typical wooden case that houses a dozen bottles of wine sold at the Iron Pine Winery. You're looking at the flowers. They are a dead withered lily and a dead withered jasmine bound with an iron ring.
And that's about as much as I know. They belong to this insignia belongs to. Oh my gosh, what was the insignia?
IRC, Iron Ring Consortium.
Although nobody's heard of them in this area for a long time, I do have people out trying to find out if they're here or information about them. And I have no idea why they'd be using Jazz and Lily, or how they would even know their connection to me.
The only 2 people that have heard anything about that were Sister Esphora and the captain on your ship. The captain has checked in the docks, I believe, and has not found any ships coming or going in the last week.
Baywin will check out the box too. Look at the flowers in the ring. He checks out the ring. He stands up. He looks over at Kira and says, "Well, let's hope we're not around when this thing comes full circle." And he pushes sunglasses on in the background here. Yeah!
Oh, the hell!
I couldn't help myself. Mark got it.
I so did not get it. I feel kind of like Liz right now.
Yeah, me too.
CSI Miami, you know.
Oh.
When he they always take like some stupid pun, and then he puts the sunglasses on, and you hear like the Who. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Full circle, Iron Ring.
Yep.
I get it.
I couldn't help myself. It was like a itch I had to scratch. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
So what you've learned from the Iron Ring Consortium has come from those two people. There are no signs that they've been in this area recently, at least from a dock standpoint. The other information that you did find out, the caravan that came down from the north, there were originally 11 carts that came to the gate, and only 7 entered, and the 4 bypassed the town and continued west.
So they could have been on there, on the carts that didn't come into the city. But I don't know how they would know anything about our connection, or why would they want to attack the girls.
We don't really keep it like a secret or anything, do we?
I don't think so. I don't think we go, oh, hey, I got this, but I don't think we keep it a secret.
There's a knock at the door.
Yes, come in.
One of the young acolytes enters with a plate of breakfast, fresh croissants, sweetbreads, and an assortment of fruits, as well as a pitcher of milk and mulled wine. As she bows to you, Kari, doesn't say a word, just walks over to the desk, puts it down, and reaches down and kisses the back of your hand.
I thank her. Kiss her forehead.
As she bows again and leaves.
Oh, and by the way, I had to put my new priest in. It was kind of, one of those things. He really wasn't up for it. And I decided he'd be the best one, so I have a pissed off priestess somewhere around here too. Just FYI.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But
okay.
The new priest is really, really hot. Just saying.
Okay.
Still Kari.
Have you tapped it yet?
No, not yet. We're working on it.
She's like, okay.
As far as I don't know what to do next, to be honest. All I can think of is it's one of maybe the caravans that went out. We don't know how the package even got here, and I don't even have a clue where to start to look for this kind of stuff. Never been my expertise, and I look over at my sister and Baywin. We really could use a bastion right now.
Well, unfortunately, he's not around.
Nope. He's off gallivanting with whatever new girl he's got this week. So...
Well, should we, hear the tale from the girls?
Yeah, you probably should. And hey, they aren't like us in one way. They don't drink.
Were we told exactly what happened?
I told you everything that they told me that I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, that's possibly a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It could be.
Especially after what happened the last time they did.
So, I mean, overall, you've heard the good things too. I mean, you've heard them their first stop traveling into the woods, helping some kind of tree that they called Richie, which you're still trying to piece together what all that means, as well as, you know, the whole goblin incident and being turned into a goblin and et cetera, et cetera. So there was some good in it.
Okay, so with the mention of the tree, I'm looking at Baywin going, you didn't, teach her about those mushrooms or anything, did you?
No. I don't talk to trees.
Oh,
Just checking, because that's a little weird.
But hey, the girls, you know, they held their own. Gotta be proud of them. Not real happy about the dwarf that they didn't know was with them, that didn't keep them safe, but you know.
Yeah, what was he doing the whole time?
Sounds like he kept them safe. Sounds like he did a good job.
What?
What?
Just saying, you know.
From the tale, it sounds like he's the one that turned them into goblins.
He gave them the wine that turned them into the goblins. Right. He kept them
Well, maybe we
safe.
should hear his side of the story. I'm sure he has a good explanation.
And I am quite sure Mitch is playing this totally in character.
Absolutely.
Not.
Hey, I know this guy. I vouch for him.
You met him once?
No, we go way back.
Really?
He's a figment of my imagination personified?
You're really not winning this one. It's my turn.
So, staying out of this one. Would you like me to show you where the girls are?
Yes.
I have missed you guys. See how much fun it is to be back together? You know you've missed this. I've missed this. I'm kind of bored. A lot lately. Okay, I'll show you where the girls are.
She takes you upstairs and leads you to the room that they're in. Do you knock or do you just open the door?
We open the door.
They are passed out, both spooning each other on a large bed. And, I mean, their hair's all disheveled. They're still wearing their clothes from last night. They were clearly partying last night.
Are you sure they didn't drink?
I'm pretty sure every time I saw
Sniff
them.
the air.
No
They weren't
alcohol
drinking.
smell in the air.
I saw them turn it down several times, too. I was wondering if they really were your child.
Hey.
Oh, wait, I'm the one who stood in the back of drinking. My bad.
I was never as bad as you.
That is true in that area.
On occasion.
But those girls can dance. Kind of. Not really. We'll work on that.
I just give her a look like, okay. They obviously got that from Baywin.
Obviously, I don't doubt it.
Who is not going to have a retort there?
Yeah.
He's
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
staring at the daughters. Okay,
Yeah, he'll stand at the foot of the bed, arms crossed, sternest look he can muster on his face, and waits for Kira to wake them up so they can see Daddy's not happy.
Okay, Lily and Jazz, both of you are in a deep
Is there
sleep.
a
Bucket of water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab you one. Hang on.
There's one out in the hallway.
I go grab it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wouldn't. No.
I
I'm
hope
setting
it's
you up
cold.
for this.
It would be warm.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that
Damn.
bucket.
Does it stink?
No. It's washing water.
Uh-huh.
It's not a chamber pot water.
Fine, it'll work. I'm sure he is.
You dumping them on them?
There's nothing weird in it, right?
No. It's in a washing basin for like washing your face and hands and stuff like that when you wake up.
Okay. Toss it on him.
Okay. Twins, you were having lovely dreams about partying and handsome young sailor priests and dwarves who quite aren't that bad once they drink, and all of a sudden your happiness
drink some more.
is ruined as both of you are just shockingly awoken, fortunately by warm water, as you both just sit up and you see your father staring down at you and your mother with a washing basin in her hand.
Kira's standing there going, damn, it wasn't cold. And then gives them a glare.
Morning, ladies. Care to tell us what you're doing?
Lily's like,
Ugh. We were sleeping.
Yeah, this doesn't look like your room.
I look at Jazz.
But it's a temple of a goddess, so it's good.
Oh, it's the room we were given?
By Aunt Kari.
No. I'm not good at this whole talking thing.
I don't know what to say either. Dad's gonna be mad no matter what we say.
Can we skip to the punishment? I like that my head and kind of try to hide behind.
Daddy, we helped a tree, and his name was Richie, and so you should be so proud of us, because if not, Richie would be dead, and Richie's not dead because we helped him, and we killed these big ants, and Lily here is like this ant killer, and I don't mean these teeny tiny ant killers, I mean these ants that are like twice our size killer, and she killed them like they were nothing. It was awesome. You would have been so proud of her, and it saved the tree. And Richie gave us these really cool outfits, which was really, really awesome, and so we did some good. See?
And Lily's just sitting and I like nodding her head, going, "See, I'm pointing."
You do look over at the armor that's hanging up and the cloak that's hanging up. That is obviously of magical origin, by the way it looks. And a bit of pride wells up in you.
He's not saying anything. Probably why isn't he saying anything?
I'm just waiting for the explanation of why you defied us and ran off and thought that, that was the best decision you could make.
Well, obviously you knew, though, because you sent the dwarf with us. You kind of let that out of the bag.
Did you just backtalk your father?
Sorry, Mom. I look down.
Well, who would you have rather had with you? Me? Or the dwarf?
Is that a trick question?
That's what I was gonna ask. We just came to see Aunt Kari. We didn't do anything awful.
After we both told you no.
But didn't you guys adventure when you were our age? Right? Maybe? Just trying to, give little puppy eyes to Daddy.
I'm just looking at Mom because Dad's already mad.
Baben looks over to Kira.
She's just
As if to say, your turn to yell at them.
Yeah. So, let's get this straight. you snuck out of the safety of our home to run off alone in a caravan full of people that you didn't know, obviously filled with at least some evil ones who somehow managed to make it so that you got turned into goblins, which luckily enough you were able to somehow fix, which that is pretty good. But, and then you eventually get here. But in the meantime, you're used as pawns in an attack on your aunt.
She was attacked?
Not a physical attack.
Oh, sorry. But we weren't alone. We had each other, and yeah, everything you said was correct. But we helped Richie. We did good. Lots of good.
Yeah, and
we met some cool people, like the elf that helped us go back to being non-goblin. He was really cool, and yeah.
That's great and all, but it seems like some of your adventures make us feel like we were right in thinking you're not ready to go on your own.
How are we not ready? We helped a big, bad, ancient tree live. We got out of goblin
Turned
form.
into goblins.
We got here all safe and sound, back in human form. We took the problem.
With the help of who again?
I don't remember.
Look, what we're trying to say is, yes, we were adventurers around your age, but we know what happened. We've been through it all. We know what can happen to you guys. That is why we try to keep you safe.
Which is why we've been so protective.
Overprotective.
You don't know. I mean, the stuff that you faced is nothing compared to what we've seen, what we've done in our time out there. I don't know if you're ready, because you can't obviously follow orders. When I was your age, I was already conscripted into the military. I was a scout for some troops. I had to follow orders to the letter, or else there would be severe punishments. I've got the scars to prove it. And you guys just go gallivanting off like it's some great adventure. You don't quite understand, and I don't think you're mature enough to get it. As I look over to Kira for some encouragement.
Well, I don't know about the soldering thing. I was kind of okay, but he's right though. Shit. Still, there was a lot that could have gone wrong while you guys were off having this little adventure, and obviously weren't being. Oh, what's the word? I seriously can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. Observant enough of the people and your surroundings in order to keep yourselves entirely safe.
Because we trusted the dwarf that Dad sent with us. He gave us the wine.
But you didn't know he was from us until you got here.
No, but he fought with us.
And what if he hadn't been sent from us? What if he was actually just following his own little thing and was going to rob you blind and the moment you turned your back?
You always said listen to your instincts.
You can't just trust anyone.
You always said listen to your instincts. We listened to him, and we were right about him.
Listen to your instincts, but always protect your back. Unless you're with family, I think you should err on the side of caution.
You can't stay in Iron Pine forever. You at this age, you and Aunt Kari were doing much worse.
Yes, and we paid a price for it.
a price. You married Dad. Ankari is the chosen of Sharez. Uncle Bastion is I don't know where. What was the price?
And it's not all wine and roses like you think it was. The price is a lot of our actions caused some of our family to get into danger, which obviously is still happening since you were targeted through, or Kari was targeted through using you.
Which I think is a great point. I don't think either of you should be just out there spreading who you are. If this adventuring life is what you want and that's what you want to do, that's the first lesson you need to know. Be anonymous.
Very good point. I mean, obviously while you're here, that's not going to be an option, and nor in Iron Pine, but wandering around and amidst strangers, you don't need to be flaunting the fact that you're technically noble and the niece of a chosen goddess, a goddess is chosen kind of thing. That's really not a good thing. That's kind of like, hi, target right here, please come to me.
See, you're teaching us then. You never taught us that before. Now you're teaching us. We're listening. We're learning. Right, Lily? We're learning.
Maybe it's something we had yet to teach you because we didn't think you were ready.
I think we proved ourselves, though.
I look at Paywin. What do you think?
I think they did prove themselves. They proved they can be turned into goblins.
Oh yeah, there's that.
And save an ancient tree named Richie, who gave us this amazing armor and stuff as a thank you, and and gave us his long name if we ever needed him.
Which is what?
Reach deep into the heart of the earth, rise as a beacon to the land, guide into the heavens up high.
Neither of your characters remember that.
She has it written down.
I wrote shit down.
She could have it written down on her character, but
you have to go get the dwarf and wake him up and get his shield.
There's no way any of you remember that because you never once called him by that name. It's always been Richie.
Yeah, because we said we are never remembering that.
Right.
And I refuse to.
It's Richie.
He's free.
And Bulgrin's the only one who can read that inscription too, so everyone else just sees characters. No one can understand it.
Oh, see how you are.
What's this word say? It says stupid
He just wants us in trouble.
I'm just merely bringing up the fact that you've always called him Richie.
Oh, I know.
So, Richie...
Okay, it's some really long phrase.
See Richie. We should take him to see Richie, and you see Richie will say how good we did.
All right, you two get cleaned up, get dressed, and meet us downstairs. Okay. Come on, hun.
Alright.
Kari's still leaning against the wall, trying to stifle a grin.
Cute heads up a Balin.
You guys make your way downstairs, and there is a familiar-looking dwarf who is finishing off his barrow from last night for breakfast.
Well,
well, yeah.
I didn't meet him, right?
Yeah.
I haven't met him yet.
No, but there's a dwarf downstairs.
But I can assume who he is just because he's a dwarf, but I wouldn't... Okay.
Right, you don't...
point him out to you.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I didn't actually meet him, right?
Baywin is the only one that met him.
Okay.
Yeah, Baywin will say, hang on a second, and he'll march over and start a stern conversation.
With himself?
And then start laughing, clapping each other in the back, and start drinking. Because they're friends.
Kiss my ass. Then I will walk over, slap Baywin upside the head, and say, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm having a drink with my good friend Bulgrin.
Hari grabs a drink and sits at another table watching, because this is going to be amusing as all hell.
The Bulgrin that let all that shit happen to our daughters? That Bulgrin?
Well, he explained to me that he didn't let it happen. It was a tricksy gnome that wanted to turn all three of them. He just didn't know that the wine was tainted, and otherwise, because he's not a wine drinker, otherwise he probably would have been a goblin as well. So he was a bystander caught into this, but he kept them safe and protected them, and destroyed the whatever it was that was killing the tree. What was the tree's name? It's not important. So we were just having a nice discussion here.
Men.
Look, milady, I apologize for my rash thinking when I saw goblins. I mean, you see goblins, you just want to smash their faces in. Okay, maybe you don't know, but
She's just like, oh yeah, kinda.
When I realized it was the girls, I did my best to track them down and catch them and try to bring them back and keep them safe as much as possible. We stayed off the roads, and kept to the back roads, and that's when we saw this elf, and we helped him, and he was kind enough to turn your daughters back into the beautiful daughters that they are. And he smiles, a dwarven smile. Says, I feel terrible for failing in me task, but I am hoping that you go easy on the girls. It's their first time out, and I did my best, and they did their best, and they really did well. I'd be proud of them if they were my daughters. Of course, if they were my daughters, I wouldn't let him out of my sight. He looks over at Baywin and laughs, and he laughs. Oh, yeah, I mean, hey.
So, you guys are chummy?
Well, Bulgrin, I've known him for a little while.
I guess since
that's why I trusted him with the girls. I've known him for. He's been a priest that's come in and he was before he was a priest. He's a really good artisan, and I've known him for a while. He's made a few of the things actually. You remember that necklace I gave you a couple years ago? That was Bulgrin's work. So anyway, I met him through there, and he became a cleric, and I just figured he was the best bet to keep an eye on him. And I'm really sorry, lady. I just I did me best.
So I guess since we're going to so easily accept that this is just the thing that happens, that we're going to accept that it's just a thing that happens and not reprimand our daughters either?
I think we scared the bejesus out of them. It was great with a bucket of water.
She's trying to laugh.
Right. It's not funny.
Right.
But yeah. I don't know. I think they've proved themselves. They can handle it. I think if if Bulgrin here sticks with them, they might actually be able to start their own lives. What do you think?
I don't know. From the
wait.
sounds of it,
I gotta stay with them?
they were more skeptical than
no.
Bulgrin
I was only paid to get them here
Wait.
safely. There's nothing about staying with those two crazy girls. I mean, wonderful ladies that they are.
No, they're crazy. They take after him.
They do.
I think, though, before we do that, I'm just going to interject here. We should have him stay here at the temple with the girls, and we should go find that little gnome piece of shit.
Oh, I'd like to get me hands on that gnome.
I like this plan. And I want to know, because obviously the girls were skeptical of this little gnome. Not that the dwarf was. But
I'm a friendly person, what can I say? I was got to know that the gnome was... I mean, all he did was be nice to us. I had no idea. I should have detected evil, you're right, but I didn't. I'm still learning the whole cleric thing, but, I could make you a lovely ring.
Curry yawns.
I'm still liking this track down a fucking gnome thing
Me too.
that tried to get at my daughters.
Find out what he knows about what they sent here, and beat the shit out of him for what he did to the girls.
And while she talks, she kind of like fingers her blades.
You know you've missed it, Kira. I have.
With that evil little look in her eye.
What? As Baywin looks at both of them.
Hey, honey.
Yeah?
You've been missing that outdoor life, right?
I live it every day.
Not at night.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You wanna... Are you saying we should go track this guy down?
Could be fun.
What about my tomatoes?
And... What?
My tomatoes and cucumbers are coming into season. We can't just up
Are
and leave.
they more important than your daughters?
I think they learned their lesson. I highly doubt they'll come near that guy again.
What happens if he goes back to Iron Pine?
And what happens to the next person that he comes across and decides that this is a thing to do?
We can't...
And what if he has something to do with this box? Because
I think we paid
he's
our
one of the
dues.
ones... What if he's the one who sent the box? He did buy some in Iron Pine. Maybe he knows something about it.
People
And
buy
these
a lot of
IRC
wine in Iron
dudes.
Pine. I'm slipping back in the bay when you people are out of your mind mode.
That's what I just wrote.
Of course. Because it is Baywin.
I know.
This is perfect. We will go hunt them down. That way he can never go back after the girls again. And he's
I
coming after
highly
me.
doubt he's going to go back after the girls.
Well,
If he
someone's
wanted
after
to,
me.
he would have tracked them down at this point. He obviously ran, as they said. He wasn't there the next morning.
Well, someone's using them to get
Look,
after
I'm
me,
not happy
so
about
I'm
it
gonna
either.
take them out.
Alright, I'm not happy about it either, but seriously, we're going to traipse all over the place chasing down this gnome to extract what? I mean, what ultimately do you want to happen here? Turn him into
Bloody
a
my
goblin?
knives from his throat? Oh, sorry.
I mean, you know, we went through a lot of stuff as adventurers too. This is just part of, you know, adventuring, in my opinion. I don't think that we
Really?
need to go tracking down this guy.
When we adventured, did anybody send any one of our family basically what this guy sent me?
How do you know it was from this guy?
I don't, but it's a real strange coincidence. We won't know unless we go after him. And don't you want to get back at the guy that turned your daughters into a goblin? I mean, what had happened if Bulgurn had been like, oh, I'm going to kill them because I can't really detect evil real well yet? I mean, come on.
You're talking hypothesis here. No, Baywin wouldn't know that word. You're talking crazy. Now, it didn't happen. It's like you know, you're talking like
It
what
nearly
might have
happened.
But it didn't happen. That's what I'm saying.
my
They learned a
gosh,
valuable lesson. They scared. I mean, they got
So
scared. to
you're
death.
saying it's okay
What I'm saying?
that
No. I'm not saying it was okay.
this guy is out there turning people into goblins and who knows what else. And even though he could potentially have something to do with this box sent to our family, you have no curiosity as to why, and you have no worry over the fact that he might, or somebody he works for or with or whatever, might also have something to do with, you know, potentially do something again to our girls, us, Kari, maybe my parents, my brother,
I'm
his
not
family.
saying that. What I'm saying is they had a little adventure. They had a little bit of rough spot. They got through it and moved on. If we go tracking this guy down, I mean, is this what we're going to start doing? Are we going to track down every person that throws an evil glance towards people in our kingdom? All we have to do is tell our guards to keep an eye out for this person, and as soon as he enters our lands, have him seized and brought to us. I mean, that's pretty easy, right?
And what if it's more than just him? What if this is bigger than him?
You sound like a noble. I thought you would always hate that.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
want to bother with it. I'll have my guards do it.
We have a very nice life going right now. Do we really want to just turn it on its head and start going this way? Just because, you know, it reminds us of old times.
Well, yeah, it does remind me of old times. But I also have the worry for my family. My girls, okay, yeah, a lot of it is vengeance. Because, totally, I am all there, and you know that. It's my babies. But it's a really huge friggin' coincidence that of the 3 people who got the casks in Iron Pine, one of them was this man who did something to our daughters. Or gnome.
If this is what you want, you know, I will never tell you no. If this is what you want, we'll hunt this gnome down like a dog, and you can do whatever you want to him.
Okay, when...
He's being so condescending.
You know...
I missed Baywin.
Yeah.
Kira, sometimes I wonder.
I'm trying not to laugh.
I don't understand. I will never understand.
He is the voice of reason that keeps Kira from becoming a serial killer.
Pretty much. Yes.
Hey, I remember evil Kira. You don't.
Yeah, no
Ooh,
Bastion
Kira.
manipulated him into becoming like a psychopath.
And a lot of it is, he hurt my babies, we have to go fix this.
Well, Kira and I are gonna go. We hope you come, Paywin. Or you could stay here with your
You
good
can
buddy
take time
and
out
go.
from your busy schedule to go hunt this guy down?
If it's
I
family,
thought you had
it's important.
temples to bless and goddesses to please and stuff.
And I just put a new priest in. He's amazing. You should really meet him. But yeah, family comes first, and Stress would understand that. Because I wouldn't be able to do my duties as her chosen if I'm worried about my nieces. Or the fact that I'm getting gifts basically threatening me and my goddess. So
But you don't know that this
gift
came from him.
And the box is actually specifically threatening your nieces because it had a lily and jasmine flower inside.
Exactly.
So that's where we should start. We should question whoever brought this box, and then we should question the people that are involved in whatever this ring thing
We
is.
don't know who brought them.
We haven't been able to find that out.
No sight of anybody in this.
We know who these ring people are, right?
No.
Well, obviously,
No, they're
we've
slavers.
heard of them, right?
Yes.
What's the name of the
They're
thing?
slavers.
What's the
Iron
name of
Ring
it?
Consortium?
Okay, so we find someone associated with them, and we beat the information out of them, right?
Like the
You do
gnome.
what you do. The gnome is probably so far away right now. He should be the first one we go after. There's got to be at least 1 or 2 of them in this town. Let's go, spread some money and get some information, and then find someone we can talk to.
Then doing that.
So, anything besides what Kari's already done that we could do?
Well, I
we're
didn't
here?
know she was doing that.
I told you all this. We were talking before.
You say a
You
lot
were
of
involved in the
things.
whole conversation.
You say a lot of things.
No, I was relaying the information when Kari was telling me about it.
Oh, okay.
You were there.
All right. Look, let's just yeah. All right. Look. What do you want to do? He looks to Kira and says, "What do you want to do?" And we will do it.
much as I really want to go after the gnome, I just want to make sure that we're going to be safe. And I want to make sure that this is either a prank or nothing of consequence, as opposed to treating it as nothing of consequence and having it later bite us in the ass.
Okay. What do we do with the girls?
They stay here.
Lock them in a closet?
Okay, so you can guarantee,
Oh wait, that
as
won't
he looks
work.
over at Kari, you can guarantee that they're going to stay here. Yeah.
I can guarantee that Bulgrin will stay here with them, and that my new priest that they're quite fond of will be here with them, and that we can put some guards on them.
Bulgrin, who's been sitting there drinking and listening intently to the conversation, says, you can't guarantee I'll be here. I've got stuff to do. And
I think
you're
our
running
coin
out
will
of beer
guarantee
in
that.
this barrel, at least.
I think we have enough coin to guarantee that you might stay here. And enough beer.
I'm not a mercenary, lass. Although I do appreciate the beer. I'm just saying, once we're gone, they're gone. If they won't listen to us, they're sure as hell not going to listen to anybody in this place.
Let me try talking to them. They might stay here for a little while. They were quite fond of the new priest. You haven't seen him. I can see why they are, because I'm quite fond of him. So they may stay here if they know that we're off doing something, and they can still have fun in the city with guards.
Does anyone really want to keep his two little daughters here with some priest that...
I look over to Kira, and I look back at Kari and go, I would love to see that. By all means, go upstairs and convince your nieces that this is the safest place for them to be, as he just breaks out in laughter.
I will certainly try. I am not betting money on that or flipping a coin that it's going to work or not. But I will certainly try. And I go upstairs.
Where is Bastion when you need him?
No, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm cursing him for not answering any of my letters.
Damn, we need email.
So I go see the girls.
Alright, it's 9. Do you want to take the first break?
Yeah, let's take the first break. Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's take 5. Be right back.